Today we're going to review box plots. Box plots show us the actual distribution of the data. In other words, how the data is spread out. You may remember a little bit about box plots from middle school. Another name for box plots that you might hear or see is box and whiskers plots. In order to draw a box plot, we need what is known as the 5 statistical summary, or the 5-number summary. The pieces of the 5-number summary are the minimum, the maximum, the median, and what are called the first quartile, or Q1, and the third quartile, Q3. The first quartile is the middle of the lower half of our data. The third quartile is the middle of the upper half of our data. These are quartiles because they cut our data into quarters. In other words, each part of our box and whisker represents 25% of our data. This first problem gives us 16 scores students received on a math quiz and asks us to construct a box plot on the number line given below. In order to get my 5-number summary, I'm going to use the calculator. Alright, so hit Stat and then Edit. Now we've been to this screen before. If you remember to clear these numbers out, you hit the up arrow, press clear, and then enter. If I arrow over to L2, up and highlight L2, clear, and enter. Now I'm ready to type my numbers in. Now the difference here is that you only want to type your numbers into L1. All the numbers in our data go in L1. So go ahead and type all your numbers in there. Once I have all my numbers in, it says at the bottom L1 and then in parentheses 17. That means if I type the next number, it would be the 17th number. Now since they gave us 16 students, I should have 16 numbers in there. You want to be very careful when entering this data. Alright, so now hit Stat and go over to Calc. Again, we've been here before, but this time we want a new button. We're doing statistics. We want one variable, statistics, right now. So hit choice 1, and then you may need to hit enter a couple times depending on what your system of your calculator looks like. Mine, I just need to hit enter once. This first number, the X with the bar over it, that's your mean value of your data. If you hit the down arrow a bunch of times, you get the 5 statistical number summary that we are looking for. So those are the numbers that we are going to write down. Now that I have my 5 numbers, I need to decide how to label the number line so that I can make my box plot. If I go by 1, I will not be able to go from 52 to 98. If you count the number of lines that they gave us 14 lines. I need to fit in a range of 98 minus 52, which is 46. So if I take that 46 and divide it by 14, I get 3.28. Okay, so let's go up by 3.28. Yes, I'm kidding. We do not want to go up by 3.28. So we can't go by 1s, we can't go by 2s, but we can go by 5s. So let's do that, starting at 50. So the first line is 50. I'm not going to label 55. I'm going to label 60, skip 65, 70, and so on. 80, 90, 100. And I'm going to stop there. Now, we have these extra lines at the end here, but that's okay. So what we do next is we put a dot above each of the 5 numbers. So about 52, 67 would be about here. 73.5 is about in the middle there. 83 would be about here, and 98 just before 100. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down that middle dot. It's a little off because I'm using my fingers here. And then one on the other 2 sides of that middle and draw a box around it. So now we have our box. And then with the outside, I take from that outside end of the box and draw a line to that dot, and then the other way, a line to the end, dot, and there you have your box and whisker plot. Okay, part B asks me to find the IQR. What this stands for is interquartile range. We know how to find the range. Normal, we take the max and subtract the minimum. To find the interquartile range, we are looking for the range of the box. So we take Q3 and subtract Q1. Go ahead and do that and let me know what you get. So Q3 was 83 and Q1 subtracting is 67. So when I subtract those, I get 16. Therefore, the interquartile range is 16. There you have it. That's how you make a box plot. Now you need to move on to the next video so we can look at analyzing the box plots. If I give you the box plot, answering questions about it. Before you do that though, make sure that your note page has everything written down on it that I have here. If you need to go back and rewind and pause it, do so now.